Have you ever used a pivot table that broke on you? Maybe the data source changed or a formula broke in the data range. Either way, you're not alone, and Power Query can help fix this. Here's our sample data and the pivot table built from it. It works fine as a one-off, but over time, pivot tables get clunky, links break, source connections drop, and if anything downstream is built on top of this, one bad refresh can throw everything off. I've already loaded our data from a folder into this Power Query, but if you want a step-by-step on how to do this, check out some of my other videos. The goal here is to replace that pivot table entirely by using Power Query's built-in group by function. So we're going to go to the top bar here and click Group By. Now that the dialog box is open, let's switch to advanced mode so we can set up a more detailed grouping with multiple columns and aggregations. For our first grouping, I'll choose department, and our second grouping will be category. This will only bring these two columns in at a high level. Next, I'll update the column name, then change the operation to sum. This will sum the amount that I'm interested in. Finally, we'll point the operation at the amount column. That's the value that's being summed across every group we just defined. And now we have our columns grouped similar to the pivot table, but unfortunately we're missing the subtotal and grand total rows. I've now jumped ahead to a more advanced query. Leave a comment if you want a full walkthrough on how to do this. What matters here for this video though is the end result. The same grouped summary as your pivot table living inside Power Query and updating automatically on every data refresh. Here's what it looks like in Excel after utilizing some conditional formatting on the subtotal and grand total rows. The result looks almost identical to the pivot table, but what's behind it is completely different. It's audible, it's reliable, and it refreshes automatically without breaking. Pivot tables aren't inherently bad, but if you want to take your data game to the next level, mastering Power Query is what separates the good analysts from the great ones. Thanks for watching, and leave a follow for more tips like this.